Hi, it's Tech Queen's Bonder, where I do predictions of the future. If you'd like me to do a prediction for you, let me know in the comments below. We're live on TikTok today. I thought I'd give it another go. Today, just remember that we do lives here on Saturdays and Sundays at 10 a.m. Central, and Tuesdays and Thursdays at 5:30 p.m. Central. So make sure you mark it down on your calendar. So we got some people in the chat. Just make sure that when ask lots of questions, we got the old pendulum to the side. We got the tarot cards and the flame reading. So if you like a flame reading, let me know. Maybe give a little flame symbol or something like that, just to notify me and the wife. The wife is on deck today. Yay! Helping out as always. Okay, let's get started. The first topic. Now, the topic was I got a keyword thing for YouTube, and it was one of the things that came up that I can get on the top of the search engines in YouTube. So I thought it'd be an interesting topic to start the day off. Bob Job is talking up a storm here. So let's have a look at how McDonald's is doing. And maybe when I saw this title and the story that's behind it, I got the idea that they may be in a little bit of trouble financially, which is kind of weird to think of, but the thought had crossed my mind. Okay, that they're kind of doing something along these lines. Okay, so let's have a look at McDonald's. Maybe it's a good time to buy some McDonald's stock. Who knows? Okay.
I took the live off there. Lock and chat.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Now everybody can see. Now I can see too. So let's have a look at the McDonald's. Is it a good investment? You never know. The health of this particular situation for the business itself, it seems that they're doing rather well now, but I think in the very, very near future, they're going to be having a lot of troubles. It seems that a lot of people are going to be walking away from whatever the situation is around McDonald's for some reason. And this is the health of the situation. But I think, of course, McDonald's is McDonald's. I think they're going to be pulling through that, no problem. It's one of Warren Buffett's favorite things that he invests in is actually McDonald's. If you like to know that, but by the end of it, I think they're going to be coming out on top as always. I'm thinking they're just going to be going through a trial because not a lot of people are going to be having that big amount of money to go buying burgers and stuff. So maybe that's why they're introducing the adult Happy Meal. It's a cheaper meal. Maybe it's in an adult box. Who knows? But I believe in the end, they're going to be coming back on top, even with a big dip in the markets coming up very soon. It's kind of the when markets doing what they're doing now, and you're looking for investment. Okay, always wait till it hits the bottom and invest in things that you believe, okay, will survive no matter what the market is doing. McDonald's being one of them. Walmart, uh, Johnson and Johnson. People need to brush their teeth and that sort of thing. We hope, even no matter what the market's doing, we're hoping they're brushing their teeth, using toilet paper and that sort of thing, buying soap. So look for businesses that are more along those lines. If you're thinking of getting into the stock market anytime soon, while the whole thing crumbles, it will come back. Okay. It just takes time. And of course, Warren Buffett, as we all know, he invests in things that he believes will last no matter what's happening in the market. Okay. Financially, I think there's a lot of nefarious thing is going on behind the scenes, okay, with the McDonald's corporation, and I think they're changing things out and maybe not utilizing that money as well as they can. So expect many great changes within McDonald's itself, and so they can get everything going the right direction. And that's going to be happening very soon. So it's going to be coming down their stock in the next little while. So maybe a good buying opportunities out there for everybody. What else we got? And the people that are involved with this situation, they're going to be losing a lot of partnerships and that sort of thing going forward because of things going on um, out there in the world right now. Uh, so I'm picking up that there's going to be a good buying opportunity out there for everybody who wants to get into McDonald's, and then it's going to be going back up like always. But you may have to be sitting on it for a few years. Uh, so just pay attention to that. Okay, so let's move on to the next thing. Leave our Happy Meals aside. Somebody was asking the question about Pope Francis being the last pope for humanity, and I went, okay, I've never known popes to be anything along those lines. I think he's going to be one of the last popes that's going to be sitting um, in the Vatican. I think their days are just about done. There's a lot of things going on behind the scenes that aren't doing so well for them. Even though they're not going to be broke or anything, they're just going to have to come up with a different way of doing things because they're, especially here in Canada, this is why we had that Reformation Day for our Native people. A lot of that was run by the Catholic Church. Okay, so if you know anything about Canadian news, okay, we had a day of reconciliation for the Native people that were put into um, schools. We'll say that. And there was a lot of sexual abuse and a lot of other abuses that the kids were actually used as experiments. Okay, I know a few people that actually went through that ordeal. Okay. Uh, and the Catholic Church and the Canadian government and the Protestant Church was actually part of that scenario. So this is why we had the big thing with Pope Francis coming to Canada and getting his headdress and all that sort of thing. So maybe go have a look on Google about that. A lot of elders weren't so pleased that he got uh, a headpiece, but it's, I guess, moving forward in some fashion. But let's have a close look at Pope Francis and how he's going to be doing in the next little while. Okay? Lots of questions today. This is excellent. We got 17 on the main line, which is good, and a few people in the TikTok, which is good. Hello, people from TikTok. And the camera above here. So, Pope Francis, let's have a look at how he's going to be doing in the next little while. I think his health is not the greatest. He was seen in a wheelchair not that long ago, and he's having some health issues. Um, and I think it's going to do okay for a while, and then he's going to be slumping down. I think he's going to be out of that position in about a year or so, maybe even sooner because of his health issues, not because he wants to step down from that position. Um, and there's probably going to be somebody who takes his place in short order, but I don't see a long period of time for the Catholic Church, well, the Vatican. Anyways, um, financially, he's doing just fine. There's a lot of things that he's doing behind the scenes. as we all remember, that the Vatican was telling all the clergy to put their money back into the vaults in the Vatican for safekeeping. That just kind of tells you something's up. And I think they're going to be um, riding out that storm that's going to be coming our way in the wintertime, especially around the Christmas season. And then they're going to be moving on from there, probably putting their assets back into gold and silver and that sort of thing. Plutonium, look into plutonium. Okay, there's a big thing about plutonium right now, especially with Russia. They're the main manufacturers of plutonium for the world. So those nuclear power plants that need plutonium, it comes from Russia. So that's going to be another nail in our Western world. It's coffin. So look into maybe investing into plutonium stocks going forward. Just an aside, not financial advice, but it may be a good idea to look into that. People that are involved with him, they're building things behind the scenes. I think they already know that he's going to be falling from his position, and they're getting ready for the next person. So they're already working on that behind the scenes. And a lot of people are going to be not doing so well when he does step down. Okay, so that was Pope Francis. Uh, I don't think he's the healthiest individual right now, so we'll see what happens there. Okay, let's get to the next thing. We got Quark. Somebody was already asking about Quark. I saw streaming by.
No, it's Quack.
That was Quack.
Yes.
Quack and Quark.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's have a look at Quark. Okay. Unless I spelt it wrong. That's never, it's not odd that I spell things wrong. Let's have a look at it. It seems that their health is not the greatest right now, but I think they're going to be overcoming many of the things that they were going through as of late, and they're going to be coming out on top of their situation. It's going to be one of the top of what it is or what it represents. Um, Also, the financial part, there's going to be a lot of confusion. They thought everything was going to be taking longer than what it's going to be. So I think there's going to be a lot of money to be made with this one in the next little while. Not financial advice, of course, but there's going to be a moment in time when there's a lot of confusion about the direction of the cryptocurrency project moving forward. But I think they're going to get a handle on that, and they're going to be moving forward in good time. People that are involved with the project, I think they're kind of lackluster in the next little while, and they're too tied to things that do not work. Okay, so even though they're going through that, I think they're going to be okay overall. I don't think it's going to be a huge coin, but I think it's going to be some financial situations that are positive nonetheless. Okay, so that was Quark. I think in the next little while, I think they're going to be like everything else and going to have a good buying opportunity. And then it's going to go up in the next little while. Okay, so let's look at the next thing. Antarctica. I think somebody else Daisy Chains is Antarctica under attack from the Black Hats? Possible. I think the Black Hats already knew about it. There's a lot of technologies there that are hidden under the ice. And that's something Black Hats would want to get their hands on. Let's have a look at that situation. We know that there's stuff there. We know there's technologies there. We know Russia's already there in some capacity. So let's have a closer look at the Antarctica situation. And this is part of the reason why silver may be going up to crazy prices, as Cliff High was saying, because of some of the technology that they're going to be developing from what they found in Antarctica is based on silver. Okay, the manufacturing type of silver is going to be needed for these devices that they're going to be backwards engineering and all that sort of thing. In the news, remember what I said a little while ago in a past show? What did Russia and China just do? Remember? They're withholding gold and silver from the rest of the world because they do the manufacturing devices that are based off of silver and gold. Okay? So when they start bringing out the technologies that are based on silver, what do you think the price of silver is going to do with this as well? Okay, going on. The price is going to go crazy. And uranium and plutonium are going to go up in price as well because Russia and China develop all the nuclear power plants for around the world. Okay. And they also produce all the elements necessary to run a nuclear power plant. And who do we have trade embargoes with? Russia. Start to put the pieces together. So uranium is going to go up in price. Plutonium is going to go up in price. Anything that's involved with making a power plant go is going to go up in price because all that stuff comes from China and Russia. Again, they got us by the you know what here in the Western world, especially Europe, unfortunately. So I think there's one company that just got back. It's a plutonium mining outfit in North America. You might want to look into stocks for that. Just saying. Okay, look at. I can't remember the name of the company. It was on Redacted today. They were talking about that. So check out Redacted on YouTube and look at what that company is, and it might be pretty good investment opportunity for everybody out there. Okay, not financial advice, but you do your own research, and we'll go from there. Getting back to Antarctica, it all connects. It seems that the price of everything of that whole project is going to be okay because it costs a lot of money to excavate. And now that China, Russia did what they did, the rest of the world can't profit from it because they don't have all the elements that they need yet to make all those technologies work, like silver. So maybe get some silver mine stocks too. Okay. The people that are involved in this, we're going to see a lot of new partnerships that are coming up, which is China, Russia. Okay. We're seeing the United States trying to get more out of South Korea. And didn't know this, but the part of Ukraine that Russia took over is rich in mineral wealth. So another reason that the Russians took over that eastern part of Ukraine, amongst other things. Okay, so I think there's some good opportunities out there for everybody. they will take the technology. The black hats may even have to partner with the white hats in some way to get the technology out of there and working. Okay, I think it's the white hats are going to be the winner overall. Okay, and there's going to be from that technology, there's going to be some good income to be made from stocks that are related to it. Okay, hopefully that answers everybody's questions about Antarctica. Somebody's asking about the Texas governor. Will it be Abbott or Beto? I think that's how you pronounce his name. Where's my pendulum? Could be a pendulum moment. So we'll ask Abbott. Will Abbott win for Texas governor? It's no. It may be Beto. Beto? Who knows? So that's a yes on the Beto. I'm probably pronouncing his name incorrectly, but there you go. Seems Beto will be the one to take the prize for governor. I don't know much about these two gentlemen. That's unfortunately I can't follow all the American stuff. So, what do I pick about Beto? Yeah, throw some cards down for that. Why not? Somebody's asking the question, what are black hats and what are white hats? Black hats are like the World Economic Forum, people that are part of a cult, which is part of our government that doesn't want us to live. Okay? They want to try to use every opportunity to destroy us. And they're doing it right now by destroying our farming, by destroying our heating, by doing false viruses everywhere, that sort of thing. The white hats are the opposite of that and trying to help and save us. So there it is in a nutshell. Okay. Let's look at Beto. I think that his health is pretty good. I think he's going to be doing rather well. I think he does what he is what he says, basically. And I think that's going to be shining out to the people. It's going to be very swift change that he's going to be going through, and he's going to be charging forward with many of the ideas that he has planned. Not knowing anything about this guy, good or bad, he's going to be charging forward with many of the situations that he has. Any people that are involved in it, it's very interesting. We have a white hat card. This is the card I have for the white hats. Of course, the card next to the black hats is, so he's going to be helping with that situation moving forward to there's probably a thing where he's going to be switching sides or something like that moving forward if he was part of the black hats. Okay, so I think he's going to do rather well. He comes with a lot of wisdom, and he's done things in the background to make a good go of it for the future for Texas. Okay, so let's move on to the next. I think we're into the chat now, aren't we? Oh, yeah. Oh, Bob Job. Hey. My in-law needs to sell their house to pay for more ridiculously priced care home fees. Will this happen before the UK downturn? Because prices also what will happen to her when her money runs out? Okay. That's a lot of questions in one.
Maybe he should read them.
You might want a personal reading for something that big. But let's take it piece by piece here. Needs to sell their house, so that's already done. Well, this happened before the UK downturn. Okay. So it's yes. It will happen before the downturn. But they're not going to be getting the price that they want out of it, unfortunately. So it's going to be sold at it for a song, basically. What will happen to her when her money runs out? She's going to have to change quite sharply. Okay. The direction that she was going, she's going to have to take another direction entirely, and she's going to have to rely upon many of the people that are around her to get through to the next stage of her life. Okay, so make sure that everybody keep an eye on her, see that she's okay, and maybe start to put your heads together to see what you guys can do for her. I don't see the greatest of situation for her through this period. Okay, so make sure everybody's working together there. Okay, hopefully that helps you out. XLM long term. Looking at the chat going by. Okay. So, long term, I think they're going to be okay. They're going to have a lot of situations where they're going to have to overturn many of the things, the rhetoric that they've been talking about, and actually start to get into real things moving forward. I think a lot of the rhetoric that they've been putting out is going to be overturned. Okay. Overall, I think they're going to be looking for other ways of making it work for them, and actually putting in the work to make it a success. Okay. So long term, I think it's going to be okay for them. I don't think it's going to be an explosive cryptocurrency, but I think it's going to be one of the ones that does survive overall. Of course, with everything else, there's some good buying opportunities coming up. And then I think everything is going to go up from there in the meantime. Okay, hopefully that helps you out. Hi, some psychics see next spring 2023 to be the fiat over printing point in major stocks and crypto. All markets to take the biggest dive. What do you think? At the moment of the class, which is around Christmas, maybe spring of the next year, everything is going to be going down. Cryptocurrencies will rebound quicker than any of the other cryptocurrencies. I was talking about this with a gentleman yesterday, where cryptocurrencies will go down because people will need to pay their bills, and they're going to be cashing out a lot of their cryptocurrencies to do so, because the old fiat system sucks, right? After that moment in time, I think everybody's going to get the idea, hey, we can use this as money. Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, blah, 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 blah. And that's when you're going to see it really start to ramp up in the cryptocurrencies overall. Okay, so they are correct. Stocks and cryptos will go down. Cryptos will get back up. Fiat probably going to take a long time to recover. Okay, unless they do a reset and start from zero again. But all the cost to everybody else will be stomached. That's basically what they're trying to do right now, is to print so much money to stomach the value that they've lost in the entire scenario that they've been going through. Okay, where cryptocurrencies eat inflation, um, and I think a lot of them are going to be turning to cryptocurrencies to eat that inflation moving forward. Okay, so there you go. Thank you, Bob. Will CAW token reach a penny? Hey, that sounds like a pendulum question. We haven't seen Savage 2 for a long time. It's saying, yeah, it will reach that penny sometime soon. Probably in the next year or so. We're going to see that. We're going to see a lot of cryptocurrencies go up a lot, but some will go first, and then it's the ones people know and understand. The general people, they know Bitcoin, they might know Ethereum or Litecoin, but they don't know any of these other cryptocurrencies that people talk about yet. Okay, once they start to realize all these other cryptocurrencies, then you'll see a lot of income coming into them as well. But that'll take another couple of years until that really happens. But with the rise in price of Bitcoin, all the other cryptocurrencies kind of follow suit. But once people start to realize about all these cryptocurrencies that are beyond Bitcoin, then you're going to see a lot of jumps in particular cryptocurrencies moving forward. Okay, thank you, Savage. Will President Trump be reelected? Will it trigger a bull run? That would be a thing that would happen, but that's probably not going to be happening for a while. I don't think the actual election is going to be for a while unless they impeach Mr. Biden, which there's always talk of. Will he get reelected? The wife keeps picking up no, but I think she's right on that. Yeah, it's a no. It's probably gonna be DeSantis or one of the other good ones that's out right now. Trump will be in part of the whole situation if he doesn't become president and be involved with the switchover. Definitely. I think it's due to health situation, actually. Otherwise, he would have done it. Okay? It will not be Joe Biden. He's on the way out. They're showing him the door and don't let it hit him on the butt on the way out, basically, right now. Same with our Trudeau here. Okay. Would it trigger? I think that whole scenario of the other side winning would trigger a bull run because I think they're more about business and working and that sort of thing, which gives confidence in the markets. Okay. Thank you for that question. Will this November, December be the time all the banks turn the fiat printers back on? I'm thinking yes. They're already indicating that they will do that in the United States. there was a little meeting between the other countries and the U.S. or the Federal Reserve not that long ago, and they were telling the Federal Reserve to stop what they're doing because it's ruining the economies of all the smaller countries. So they're being told by many of the European nations to stop raising the interest rates. Let's see. Yeah, it looks around that period of time when they're going to be doing the printing again, which in of itself cushions you a little bit, but it will still start to crash. They're going to be printing the value of money out the river. The more you print money, the less purchasing value that your cash will have. Okay, we're already noticing that. You go to the supermarket and the price of everything goes up. It's not necessarily about scarcity. It's about the fiat currency not having the purchasing power that it once had. And the scarcity stupidity as well. And this is caused by our governments, right? So this is probably another reason everybody's going to start to go to crypto because it's not controlled by governments. The only way you can control Bitcoin is by having a bunch of Bitcoin, okay, and buying and selling to change the market. You can't just write a bill and put it into place and make people follow that with crypto. And that's the strength of cryptocurrencies. That's why it was created. Okay. Thank you for that question. Will Link reach $500 US in the next 2 to 3 years? Yipper. How long before it reaches $1,000? Won't be this year. It's probably going to be in about 5 years' time. There you go. So approximately 5 years from now, it's going to get there. So if you have any, hang on to it. Unless you need it. Okay. Thank you for that, Dilly Dilly. Iran and Israeli have been seen as possible huge problems, war areas to come. Is this likely? Well, Iran doesn't want war with anybody. Israeli, maybe. And of course, they've been fighting it out for centuries, both those countries. I don't think it's anywhere in the near future. I think it's going to be the further out future. Israeli has their own problems at the moment. So, with even now they're all trained to fight. Let's just ask the question. Yeah, I don't think that is going to be a thing because I think in that area there's other problems that are trying to keep things at bay. Okay. I don't think that's going to be happening for quite some time. Okay. Thank you for that question. Can I get a 3-card read on how to start my own business? Okay. Maybe I'll do some on YouTube and it turns into a business. Like I wasn't really planned that way, but it just came about that way. I'm picking up that you have the ideas, but unfortunately, you don't have the carry through for whatever reason. I think it's more you're trying to think of some tricky part to doing business, and of course, putting the everything in your favor. I think it's just being aware of your surroundings and build a business from those things. Um, and there's going to be a lot of opportunity coming, okay, when the chaos starts to happen. So keep your eyes open, okay, and there's going to be business opportunities out there for just about everybody. There's always money to be made in chaos, unfortunately or fortunately, and this is the moment in time of change of the world is whenever there's chaos. That's when we go through the greatest changes in the world. Okay. And I think we're going to be doing some major chaos in the next little while. So there's going to be a lot of opportunities out there for everybody. Okay. Thank you for that. Super chat. Thank you for the $5. Can you ask the cards if the U.S. will still have cash circulating next year for regular people for regular transactions? Yeah, Americans are a little different that way. Here in Canada, we use our debit cards and credit cards for everything. Basically, we were one of the first countries to have the debit machines everywhere. Americans, on the other hand, do not like that sort of thing. Like they prefer their cash, so it's going to be a hard sell for them. I'm thinking they're going to have still have some type of cash because it's hard boiled into the American society. But it will be the new currency that's going to be coming up in the next little while. You're going to have a new reset on your currency moving forward. So you're going to be using that. Okay. So yes, there is going to be cash. Okay. Thank you for that. Brad Hall. Hi, Andre. Gold and silver are starting to move. I have quite a bit of scrap gold and was wanting to know should I cash it all for silver? You know me, I'd get both if I had a choice. But let's have a look. That's a pendulum question. Yeah, these are tools. Yeah, I think silver is going to be leading the way in price for the next little while because of that China-Russia thing going on in the Antarctica thing. So I think silver is going to be leading the way in price in the next little while, and then gold's going to be coming behind that, and plutonium and copper and name a metal. It's going to start to go up like crazy because of the Russians and the Chinese. And if you need more information on that, look at a YouTube channel Redacted to go into depth on that. Okay, thank you for that. What do you think long term regarding energy web token? Oh, somebody had a power out. Okay. Welcome back. Okay. energy web token. It seems that they got all the wisdom with them to move forward. I think they're going to be going through some hard times in the next little while, where people are going to be walking away, because they don't think anything is going to be coming out of it. If it's based on renewable energy, then it's probably going to be falling flat on its face. But if it turns into traditional energy sources, I think they'll do okay. And I think that's a good that's the reason why people are walking away, because they're going to be going to traditional power systems, and they were hoping for the windmills and all that, which is still good, but it only accounts for 3% of the world's energy. So we still need the other things. Don't let those politicians tell you otherwise. So I think out of that is going to do very, very well. Okay, thank you for that, Bob. Okay, flame reading. And my flame went out.
Really?
Yeah. Intermission. Doo-doo. Well, the wife does the thing with the candle. Anyways, it's a good time to have a drink of coffee. Gonna have to change out the candle. Yeah, good show today on Redacted. They had some interesting things happening on there. A lot of new news stories that are going on there. Dr. Taylor is the other YouTube channel I've been really looking into as of late. Some good stuff happening there. So you might want to check those channels out. I think we got.
Go ahead.
Okay. Super Whittle Guy wants a flame reading. Put the energy from Super Whittle Guy, put it into the piece of paper. Okay. And the candle is being readied. Okay.
It's a wobbly one.
We had a candle malfunction. I'll try to do it in front of you so you see what's going on. The trick is to keep the paper moving. Don't try to burn down the church like I did in front of a full house. I think I told that story already. So we got some nice flames. Okay. Please for how my transition will be out of New York City to my new spot and timeline, please. You going to New Jersey? It's the first thing that came to mind. Okay. It seems that your transition is going to be fairly smooth. There's some things happening behind the scenes that's going to be a little difficult. Okay. I'll just show the piece of paper here. I'm picking up the vibrations. Where it looks like a scorpion, actually, or a crab. If you can see it. Okay. Maybe Super Little Guy's a little crabby today. I'm picking up the difficulty will be the moving company if you're using one or something related to that. So be ready with that and have a backup plan moving forward for that. Okay. Other things. There's going to be a little bit of physical abnormality in the arm for whatever reason. Could be from the moving of boxes or something like that. So just be careful out there while you're doing the move and transition. And I think there's going to be some paperwork that you're going to have to um, get into and make sure that it's done correctly. Okay? So there you go. I think it's going to be a smooth transition. There's going to be a few hurdles along the way. But overall, I think it's going to be going rather well for you. Okay, thank you for that, and I hope that helps you. What else we got?
Because his power went out, we'll give him a thing.
Okay. Oh, if you had a candle, you wouldn't. I guess you can't watch a computer with a candle. Anyways, uh, you would be able to see in the dark, but okay. Okay. And you can't see. There you go. It's just like that. Keep it moving. And your intuition will tell you when to stop. Okay? And where to move the paper. Just trust in the process. Okay. Mm-hmm. It seems you're going to be getting a little bent out of shape about something coming up. Not necessarily your power outage, but I think it's going to be something else that's going to be waning on you. I think it's work related. Uh, something around the workplace or business or whatever that you're going to have to contend with. It's another individual that's really giving you good cures. So I am thinking that they're going to be leaving for whatever reason. Okay. And then opening up a spot. Not necessarily, but that spot will be open for somebody. Ah, you're jumping for joy. You see the person jumping? The knee, and there's a leg, arm, and a head, and another arm. They're like, yeah, right? Looks more like a Mortal Kombat guy. So it could be partly related to the other thing. So there may be a little bit of language between the two of you in the next little while. So try to do it in a good way, and I think you'll get through this no problem. And I think out of that, there's a result of um, him leaving for whatever reason. Okay. Okay. There's something about kissing. There's some lips doing that. So there could be a rekindled flame or a new relationship in some way. That's going to be very good. Okay. We'll leave it on that. It's kind of pornographic here. And for some reason, there's this guy with a turban. And I was picking up that it could be a spirit guide of yours, actually. I think it's a protector guide that's coming through. So if you hear this person, then he kind of has I think he's Turkish. Okay. Old style Turkish. Kind of talking to you, and that's probably who it is. Okay. Maybe look into that a bit more. Okay. Thank you for that. What else we got? Will you get the job? A nice doggy picture. It seems that it's at the end of a 10 cycle. It's a lot of hard work that you put into the situation, but I don't think it's going to be coming out favorable for you on that um, situation. I am picturing that there's going to be something else that's going to be coming along the way. If I don't think there's going to be panning out, but there's going to be something else that comes about that's going to be very beneficial to you in the meanwhile. Okay. Hopefully that helps you out. Reading on getting a for financial and getting a car. If you manage your finances okay, I think there's going to be money for that vehicle that you were looking for. I think you're going to be taking a little bit of a hit financially in the next little while. So just be mindful of that and monitor your spending for the next little while. But there is a way of getting the vehicle. You might have to do extra work on the side or something like that, or start a business. Okay, that sort of thing on the side. Uh, but there is a vehicle in the future. I see a red car or a red vehicle for whatever reason. Um, I don't know if it's your favorite color, but there just seems to be a red vehicle there for you. So you're gonna figure out the means to get the vehicle. Okay. Hopefully that helps you. What is that? I never heard of a flame reading. Amazing though. Flame reading is along the lines of the basics of psychism. Psychism, when it really comes down to, is about picking up vibrations from objects or things or situations or in people. Okay. And when we gain information from the other side, they normally give it to us in picture form because it's quick. Okay. When you connect it to the universe, they'll give you pictures. Okay. So having a good library of symbology, you go to the store and get a dream interpretation book, and they'll give you symbols and what they mean. That's a good resource to start off with. And you start to get your own catalog of what symbology means to you. Not every No book is the same. Just pick one to get you started. Uh, and that works into tarot cards. I don't necessarily remember every tarot card, but I look at the scene, the colors, the textures that are represented, that sort of thing, so that symbology comes through. When you get the symbology and you have a connection with spirit, that's when the lightning hits. Okay, so it's that symbology of the kung fu guy would whatever you think of kung fu or fighting or whatever that um, would give you the indicator, and then all the other pieces would click into place as you're focusing on that image. Okay, it's like teacup reading. If you ever done teacup reading, it's based on the same premise. Okay. And tarot cards and runes and what else is there? Sand. People read sand. Moons?
Bones.
Oh, bones. Yeah. My wife made some bone. You ever heard the term the African witch doctor throwing the bones and reading the bones? It's the shapes and the pictures and the colors and the angles and all that sort of thing of the bones when you throw them, where you start to get pictures from that, and it triggers your psychic sense. and then you have this flood of information that comes out from that. Okay, so you just think of these things as tools. No one is better than the other. Tarot cards are the easiest. They're more uh, they're easier to use than fire. And you can take them out and do a reading nice and quick. You got the pendulum. That's an easy one to get into. Doesn't take a lot of prep. Where flame reading takes a little bit of prep and preparation. And it's a little bit more dangerous. Okay. What else can you use?
Grannies used to use threads.
Threads. You can read threads. I had a
random item, actually.
Any random item. It has to have a random part to it. Okay. Like dice. Okay. You can read dice. Bones and.
Did you rip up a bunch of paper one day and just throw them on the table and read those?
Yeah. We had a class one day. We ripped up paper and you threw it on the ground or the table. It would make pictures and you would read how you would look at how the paper fell. Okay. And you would interpret that. It's like teacup reading. When you just drink the tea and the tea leaves settle to the bottom and it makes little pictures. Okay. And me as the reader, I take the teacup and I look in the teacup and there's little pictures in there. And there's a whole process of reading teacups. Maybe we'll get into that sometime. And you would read that from the images that are left by the tea or coffee. Very Turkish coffee is good for doing readings as well. So that's a huge lesson on how to do readings with different tools of the trade. Okay? The basics. Okay? Because it gets more in depth. The more you do it, the better you get. Okay. We're past the hour. Always grateful for everybody that comes out. Try some flame reading at home. Okay? It's a lot of fun. Have the people over. Do some flame readings for one another. It's good practice. Okay? If you like a personal reading with me, maybe we can do a flame reading for you on live. During the personal reading. Make sure you go to secondreadingsbyandre.com where all that information is there. If you like to protect your cryptocurrencies in the best possible way, go to secondreadingsbyandre.com where we have a affiliate link to the Treasure cold wallet. If you should purchase one from that, we make a little bit of money from that. Okay. Make sure that you put on your calendars that we do lives here on Saturdays and Sundays at 10 a.m. Central and Tuesdays and Thursdays at 5:30 p.m. Central. So make sure you mark it on your calendar. And with that, I guess make sure you like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the future.